Okay, now I will show two entire games of the simul, blindfold simul held by Liu Da Hua. Why? Because one it's only 23 moves and the other is 17 moves. So they are kind of miniatures. Uh, and the players are kind of veteran players. The fourth game is Uyun-Si against Liu Da Hua. These games were played in 1992 at the ninth European Championship. Practically, there was a side exhibition, right? Uyun-Si begin playing Canon HE3 and Liu Da Hua plays horse HC8. Immediately block that horse, but this gets open, knight c3 and knight g8. This seems to be a very common, this screen horse opening, it's very common and it seems the best for black from the amount of books that have been written on it, and it's huge. It's huge like the Sicilian for chess. G3, rook goes to h0 or h10, and the rook develops here. This move shows that probably black wants to develop that rook there. Canon a3, and the canon goes here. Rook b1 and canon g4. That's interesting. Generally, when you have to play this kind of move, things are already bad because it destabilizes the center, it makes it weaker. Like said, this move shows that probably Liu Da Hua wants to develop the rook here. Obviously, I don't know, let's see what happens. Oh, he attacks immediately that horse, and Liu Da Hua defends it. Takes, and the Normandy landing happens since one of the pawns is able to cross the river. As we can see, the two opponents are playing on opposite side. Uyun-Si is trying to gain entrance on this side, and Liu Da Hua is on that one. So here he plays this move. Wow. And this is the other move. Wow. Oop. Check. Wow. Beautiful idea. But he can defend. This is attack because he cannot play because of the canon is spinning, right? But the problem is this. Oops. So again, it seems that there is always a bet of one side against the other side. Who is gonna be right? And that's kind of interesting. But it's a beautiful game by Uyun-Si. He's really attacking very hard on this side. I don't understand this move. Why is going back? Why I don't understand the move? Because in my opinion there should be an attack on here. Instead going back shows that the attack has failed. Right? He plays check. Elephant goes back. And now there is, oops, this beautiful move, but threatened to give a great check there. Let's see what happens. It takes. Whop. Takes back. And boom. Wow. He stops that. But this, I think, it's a typical maneuver that we find in some study-like positions. So it's kind of interesting. Oops, because this is protected. Wow. And of course, this ends the game. Wow, beautiful. That's incredible, yeah. And he calculated everything in his head. That's amazing. Okay, so now we need the next game, which is, we need to see the next game, which is XiangQi against Liu Da Hua, and it will be just in 17 moves. So I decided to put them together because it doesn't make sense to make a video for a small 17 move game. Instead, it makes much more sense to see them, all of them. Now, if I would be able to do it during the day, I would be less sleepy, I would do more than them. But obviously, unfortunately, this is it. Okay, so XiangQi is red, Liu Da Hua is black. XiangQi begins with this move. And as we can see, Liu Da Hua is also changing his openings, maybe to avoid that two opponents use each other for the opening. Okay, rook e2, and boom. This is interesting. So we see a game in which the rook or chariot is patrolling the river. So minister d2, f e9. So it's also interesting sometimes to see which of the two ministers or assistant is used. Kind of very, very important in my opinion. Wow, I don't understand this move. Took, took, because he's trying to pin these two pieces. I don't know if it's gonna work. And now rook hb6, definitely it didn't work. Rook d4, yeah, pawn g6. As we can see, black doesn't care to solve the situation there, he cares to develop. And now red makes a blunder. This rook is protected by this, no? This rook. And so if you play this, you lose it immediately. Check. And of course, now there is knight d f6, knight d f6. And of course, black is gonna exchange the pieces because he has an advantage. So that's the important part. And look, here we go. It's really getting messy in this because now there are 3, 4 this, right? So he plays this, black continue to exchange pieces. I don't know how many is getting advantage. Attacking black and keeping under pressure black. He defend, and this rook enter into the game. He plays this, after which there is the last move of the game, which is this one. Why does red resign? Because the reality is if you exchange the rook, he will take there, or maybe not, but the game is over. You cannot really resist a rook. It's very, very powerful, especially against horse, and especially against the fact that black still has the entire defense intact, not attack. And then probably 4 against 4, but the rook will really collect the pawns, and so these pawns will be able to cross the river and win the game. Thank you for watching. As you can see, this second game was really very, very short. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.